Hello everybody, these are your lovely horror nerds. I'm Nathan.
I'm Daniel.
Welcome to the bottom.
You found the ball rug.
So I've been getting sidetracked about getting into the videos lately, and I figured I'd do something fun that we can talk about that is all over the internet and seems to be a big, the go word whenever you're trying to find a way to flub the algorithm.
The new distraction for, 2022 maybe?
Yeah,
perhaps?
you could say that.
Anyways.
We decided to do Horror Nerd Survival Guide Presents.
We just played
Elden Ring. So, yeah, we jumped on the dang bandwagon.
It's a rickety bandwagon.
Yeah, it's burning and it's stabbing you repeatedly.
It's fun, not fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of big what the hells at the beginning of this game, including this boss here. And it's just a constant grind. If you are used to playing games where you're okay with the idea of dying repeatedly, do check this out. This has been consuming a lot of my time.
It makes me ponder why developers make these games so difficult.
And
I understand gamers maybe want a challenge, but that's why you put difficulty settings in your games.
Yeah. I mean, the average person was playing this, they would long to even get to the point where they can go to the pastures where I'm at. Now, I have no life, but this game has got me.
This game has seized you.
It really has. It got a hold of me.
It's got you by the balls.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun game, and it's really pretty, but it's rather challenging in a lot of ways. For one thing, they don't start out telling you that you're going to need this spectral steed here, and in certain places where it blows up, it will pop you all the way into the sky, and immediately you're going to want to veer off into another direction, and it doesn't kill you. But misjudge this fall without that little wind tunnel, and you're over. It's got little weird things about it that drive me insane.
It's a spectral horse, huh? So you're riding a ghost?
You're riding a ghost.
You're the ghost rider?
Yeah, kind of.
Sweet.
I've got this really awesome armor right now. That's it looks like a zombie.
It looks skeletal and rotted.
It looks like the Ghost Rider when he's not on fire, but he's still a corpse.
Right. If they could add fire to the head, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, there's weird characters in here too, like this guy right here, who's a pothead. That's a joke. Yeah. But there's an entire bunch of people in here. And I think it's kind of it's a funny little joke towards all of the Zelda games and Dark Souls games and was it Sekiro or something like that?
Sekiro.
Shadows Die Twice. And then Mortal Shell, what a garbage game. I'm sorry. Of all of the Dark Souls games that have come out, that one's the biggest trash.
There's a Dark Souls related Metroidvania type game called Salt and Sanctuary. I played it for a little bit. I need to get back into that.
It's one of those games where it really clutches on you really hard.
Yeah.
And if you have relationships and you're wanting to play this game, I've got to tell you, it's probably not going to work out.
No.
These fun little bastards are relatively easy to kill, but to get to them, it's like you're solving puzzles left and right. I've spent a lot of my time here, just on YouTube, looking up different things and different ways and different weapons and how to get them all straightened out. It's such a fucking headache. I got to tell you, the game is great, but there's a lot of little things to it. And this bear, whoever the hell made this bear, has a boner for bears bigger than mine. Okay, that came out wrong, or did it? But
no, it never came out at all.
This thing will come out of nowhere. It's the size of a Volkswagen bus stacked 3 high.
This looks like a bear spirit from Native American mythology.
They're all over the game. There's also just normal-sized bears that are hanging around with it that are giant pains in the asses. These things are in the forests early on in the game. And it's like I was saying, don't misjudge a fall, because I have fallen off probably more cliffs than I have been killed by anything in this game.
I don't know what to tell you about it.
I mean, you misjudge where your stance is, and you're
That's any video game.
You're locked on you lock on your characters in this. If you mislock on your character and you don't pay attention to the background, it's oopsie daisy.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Right.
Seriously, whenever you start out the game, look for this broad in a church. She has been haunting my dreams, let me just say. And she's got 4 arms. She's really cool. After you get your spectral horse, she gives you this bell, which allows you to summon ghosts and other creepy crawlies and all this other stuff. There's one where it's just like a 5 band of noble men that will just come around and like help you out. Sometimes. But
yeah, level them up too, and that's a lot of grinding.
Yeah. Well. Eventually, I ended up getting these guys who were imps, which are really cool, and they cause bleed damage. Which, by the way, your weapons being affected is also another thing. You can like imbue them with magic or poison or this stuff called scarlet rot, which would be like if I took a straight blade and just rubbed a bubonic plague victim all over it.
Nice.
So it will cause slow rot
infection
and like slow down their stats and everything. It's really crazy.
Cool.
Like a lot of this place, there's the map. Let me just talk about the map for a second.
It's a very big map. I gotta say, it trumps Breath of the Wild. At least.
It's crazy too.
I want to say like 3-1, really.
The vistas in this game, okay?
Very impressive.
Very expansive. And everywhere you look in the game, you can go. There is very hardly any limit to where on the map you can't go. It's just the problem with it is traversing it.
Yeah, trying to get there, you know.
There is these damn giant lobsters on there. These things are gargantuan. They're literally the size of like a brontosaurus.
Yeah.
And they spit this stream at you that like will burn your skin and like do some crazy crap. Anyway,
lobsters are bad. I mean, I thought crabs were bad.
No, there's this move that they've got where they'll grab you, and one of their claws has had a part of it break off.
Yeah.
So it's just this spear,
like a spear tip,
and it grabs you with the claw hand and then stabs you repeatedly with the spear. And it'll just sideways bitch slap you anytime it feels like if you get anywhere close to it. I feel bad for them though, because there's like random animals around in the game that just look like natural animals that would exist out in the wild. But there's like so damn many of them.
Like a shit ton of bald eagles, man. I mean,
so many bald eagles. Like that's the most popular bird. Like it ate all the other birds and then just started eating itself.
I mean, yeah.
So the stat building system is a major thing in this game. If you start out small, you're gonna want to defeat weaker enemies. It's kind of, it's not like
any standard RPG. I mean, you just gotta.
Yeah, I'm trying to like
keep at it. I mean,
I'm trying to put this like, okay, it's like if you started out Mario Brothers, and you had to defeat the toads and stuff, or the toadstools and those guys.
Yeah.
And then you had to work your way up, defeating all those toadstools in order to kill the turtle. And then you just went back and forth to that specific part until you made your way up to the piranha plants. Like it's a constant back and forth to make sure that your character has enough strength, dexterity, all these other stats that you got in there in order to defeat the big bads. And there's so damn many of them.
It seems like a boss around every corner.
Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the bosses in here. They're nuts. Like I said, the backgrounds are nuts, and the monsters are just as equally nuts. I mean, look at this crap right here. This is ridiculous.
It's just landscape.
Yeah, that's just background. I mean, like those flying things right there.
Yeah.
They can attack you and just like totally ruin your day.
Of course.
They'll come out of nowhere and then they'll just slash you and cause a bleeding effect. And the bleeding effects in this game will just drain your character out in like 5 seconds.
Same with poison. Same with freezing, I think, or frostbite, or some such.
And to make matters worse, this game, it allows invasion mode, which is a mode where other players can come into your game and raid you and run off with half your runes. So,
ain't that a bitch?
You're just sitting there with your dick in your hand,
right,
or your
minding your own business, playing your own damn game, and somebody from some other douchebag apartment on their game just invades your game
out of nowhere. And to make matters worse, I'm offline, okay? I'm playing offline, and they are still pre-programmed to have invaders in certain parts of the game.
Right.
So the game will act like another player.
It'll just toss another enemy at you. That's
with a completely different skill set that you're not used to. And to make matters worse is some of these guys are already imbued with all of the magics and crap to just utterly walk in and destroy you.
It's a boss around every corner. Like I said, they'll just be. You'll walk around a mountain or a cliff and boom, dragon.
They actually have wolves fall out of trees in this game.
Timber wolves.
I've heard of timber wolves, but this is ridiculous.
Hey, no, come on, hey.
There's so many enemies in this game, and if you're seriously like working a 9 to 5, and you come home and play this game, don't let it consume your life like it's been consuming mine. I've been trying to get these damn recordings out, and I've been trying to make videos, and we've got other stuff coming, but I just wanted to make this because this is one of the things that's been driving me nuts. It's a steering wheel on a pirate's cock.
It drives me nuts.
Yay.
Yar.
Yar.
But,
let's talk about some of the aspects of grinding to get your character up to stats.
Yeah, because it's not just your character that you need to grind for, but for your spells, your weapons,
your incantations, everything.
Everything.
But what's funny, it's like crazy to me in this game is that you can just be on your horse, and as long as you're dodging, dipping, and diving, and all those dodgeball rules, your character can start from nothing and go all the way to the end if they wanted to.
If you can dodge a magic blast, you can dodge a fire-breathing dragon, I guess.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's like every nerd in cosplay is suddenly psychotic and wanting to murder you. This game will drive you nuts too because there's a lot of really challenging enemies and bosses. There's sub-bosses. There's so many layers to this game. There's lore like crazy. So
sure.
if you are into listening for hours on end about melodrama, by all means.
Or if you like stories about actual fantasy.
J.R.R. Martin wrote
like
this
that.
one. You'll be into it. I fell into this game because the dragons don't take forever. They're right there.
and right there.
And there.
And
oh God,
right
they're
there.
coming and I'm dead.
Yeah.
You get used to that. You died.
And you're dead.
You died.
You died.
You died.
You died.
Hey, guess what?
You died.
There's a mail slip here. What does this say? Oh, hang on a second. I gotta get the envelope and letter opener. Here we go. And I died.
Oh, son of a...
So much death. I mean, get used to getting your ass handed to you. Because this game dishes out a ass whooping literally out of the air. I wasn't kidding about the tree wolves. That actually happens.
Just wait till you get to like tree sentinels and walking islands or walking cathedrals.
No, the walking islands is
things
actually
like that.
the whole reason why I got the game.
Yeah.
Those things are awesome looking, and whenever they walk around, it's just like it moves the whole camera, and your character has vibration movements and stuff. It's so damn
physics
cool.
in this game does look pretty good.
Out in the backgrounds. The backgrounds.
Look at that.
I know it's like
Look at that right there.
so many people have talked about like the backgrounds in this game and backgrounds in Star Wars and how like there's parallels there here and there, but I honestly don't see it. It's just the variety of vistas maybe. I don't know. It's nuts. This game has so many challenging bosses and like enemies and character builds. And there's like this one I got recently, and it's called Sleep, and it basically just knocks anything out. I went up to a giant troll, and I hit him with this thing once, and it's at low hit level, and I still managed to put a troll to sleep.
Right.
And if you can spec up the weapon, you can actually make it to where it'll knock out bosses, and it's recommended for certain bosses in the game.
Oh, of course. Should be recommended for all the bosses.
I mean, all the bosses, some of the bosses have the ability to actually just ignore sleep. So it makes it more difficult for whenever you're playing to make sure that you pay attention to what certain characters are affected by. They may have weaknesses to bleeding effects. They may have weaknesses to poison or the Scarlet Rot thing that we talked about. It's so cool.
Yeah.
But, check out all the lore and check out all the YouTube pages about all of the backstories and stuff, and hit us up in the comments.
It's torture. It's fun torture.
And Just give it a try. If you don't like it, you can always put it back. This has
Right.
been Nathan,
This is Daniel.
signing off. Till
We
next
out.
time.